No time to waste. What's up, guys? Welcome to the final part in this X-cutioners song. This is part 12. We waited weeks, right? It's been like 2 weeks. Basically, it feels like the longest time I've spent without reading a comic in a while. Good ending. Good ending. Predictable ending? Would not say so. Let's get into it. So, if you guys, there's the first time being here, spoiler alert. Also, if somehow this is the only one you're gonna watch, I guess here's the rundown. Basically, there's an evil guy named Strife. He's also Cable. That's why, if you look at the image, he looks like Cable. But he's supposed to be Cable from, like, the future, and he got screwed over by Jean Grey and Scott Summers, which, if you don't know, that's Marvel Girl and Cyclops, as you know him in the X-Men. And he is now going back, and he's basically just salty. He feels like he was never loved, never cared for, never had attention. So that's what made him evil. And he's here to destroy Cable and destroy the entire X-Men and the world. Right? Classic villain. I want to destroy everything. Okay. So the way this pans out is that Cable realizes to be able to neutralize this threat, I have to die too. So he basically commits self-destructing suicide to kill himself now and in the future to save the world. Noble. Definitely a noble cause. Remember, if you remember, the first 6 parts are all them thinking that Cable is the guy who killed him. Because, again, it's the same face, right? So literally half of this little miniseries, this 12-part miniseries, is Cable getting blamed. And yet he becomes the good guy hero who saves the world. But also he's the bad guy because, again, this is kind of a future version of himself. But it's not him. That gets really confusing. Truthfully, this is probably an 8.5 for me. I wanted to go 9, but I don't love that ending. It ends very abruptly and then has like a page of like, oh, this is sad. I'll never forget this. You know, like Cyclops saying that, right, and everything. And then the final page is basically Mr. Sinister, if you remember. He was in this, right? Being like, I'm going to finish what was started, basically. And okay, now he's going to be the big bad guy of this next part of the X-Men. But what I found the best in this, and the reason it's an 8.5 and really carried it, was a little plot line in here with Archangel. Where, if you remember in part 11, Apocalypse is dying. He's dying out in space. And Archangel, if you remember, wanted to kill Apocalypse. More than anything, he wanted to kill Apocalypse. He wanted revenge. And there's a line in here which just brings this over the top for me. Really, really brought, like, I think, the best out of here. So, basically, he goes, yes, you altered my wings, draped my skin forever in shadows, but you couldn't change the most important part of me. Warren Worthington III. That's his name. Right? That's Angel's name, original. Didn't have to die just so the Archangel could live. Any more than I need to kill you, Apocalypse, to find out what's alive inside of me. So, I mean, that's beautiful, right? That's great because I think it also gives a parallel to what Strife is doing, okay? Strife is wanting to kill a past version of himself to try to feel better about himself. Clearly, we know revenge and things like that are not good. They don't work. So, when he's trying to do it, he's not gaining anything from it, and he's sad, and he becomes evil. Archangel, realizing, you know, I could kill this guy who screwed me up, tried to make me evil, gave me new wings, yada yada. I'm not going to do that, because that doesn't prove anything to me. So I thought that was a really good line, and that was a really good sum up of Angel versus Apocalypse, their little relationship that at this time in 1993, this had probably been brewing for 5 years. If I'm not mistaken, Angel becomes an Archangel in about 1988 and 89. So for a 5-year sum up of that little line to be like that is awesome. I think that was very well done. That's definitely what brings us over the top. There are little things like that all over these 12 parts of, you know, tie-ups and different things that are cool. And that's what I think is worth a read. I will tell you, if you're here for really cool Strife stuff, it's okay. He's really good in part 10, 11, and 12. The other 9, he's kind of there, right? Thanos, like in the MCU, where it's like he's there, you know he's there, but what's he really doing? So there's pros and cons to this. I would give overall the series, now that we're done with it, about a 7.5 out of 10. You know, so 3/4 of the way there of being like perfect. So I'd say it's really good. Has good characters. Has great writing at times. Has really good visuals and art at times for sure. But it does fall flat on, I think, the main villain, Strife, and I think that they could have done more there. So that's why I won't give it, an 8 or more overall. So that's my thoughts on X-Cutioner Song Part 12 and the entire series as a whole. We're going to start doing individual comic reviews coming up now because I'm starting to get a hang of this thing. So that'll be pretty fun. Next will be Spider-Man, something against his enemies. We'll see. Spider-Man review coming up in the near future. Look forward to it, and more sports stuff coming as always. And when I see you next time, I'll end the video like this. Affleck time is out.